Welcome to the second event of the CXBL Elite matches here at Flag Raiders Paintball. Your event recap is made possible by BuyPBL.com, Canada's largest paintball supplier.
Going into this match, we didn't have a chance to practice the field. We talked about just playing smart, playing tight, and staying alive in the first 20 to 30 seconds, finding the bodies and working together as a team. Which the nice thing is, with having a competent pit, those guys can talk to you and tell you what's going on. So all you gotta do is be a little patient, listen to them, and then relay that to the guys in the field.
Heat's a strong team coming in from the States. You know, their lanes were on. Ours were on clearly as well. We were getting G's off the break, but they had those same lanes down. I don't know how. You know, just major difference was on-field experience, on-field awareness. Some guys played a little cautious. I played a little cautious. Didn't really want to make any big moves. There were some guys that made some big moves. Yeah, in particular, he's shooting like everybody. But that kind of worked, just shooting the guys in the break and then taking it slow, finding the bodies, and then working together to get those guys out. Well, the biggest thing is we need a win. You know, we need to guarantee a spot in the NAX. I think once NAX comes around, it's anybody's game. You know, NAX is really when all the upsets come, really. You know, I mean, that's what we're aiming for. We're aiming for a spot in NAX and just start upsetting people. Well, going into NAX, before we get there, we gotta finish out our 2 games this weekend, win those, and then going into NAX, it's treat it like any other tournament, like the PSP or playing any other CXBL event. Almost all of our guys from last year and the year before have been there before playing the NAX, and you know, we kind of know what to do.
It's been good. I feel like we've been playing sloppy the past 2 events. We definitely got to tighten up for NAX. We haven't been playing the paintball that we can play. New roster change, we did lose Nate Schrader to the Ironmen, but obviously we don't need him. For the game plan, we just wanted to play smart and get out wide. It didn't really go that well in the beginning. We were playing kind of sloppy, getting shot out of our bunkers and losing on the snake side. We smartened it up a little bit, stayed in our bunkers alive, and just shot our lanes and rolled our guns.
We lost a lot of players like 3-4 days before, like the Wolfpack guys bailed, a few other guys quit once they found out. So we kind of just got screwed and threw a few people together last minute, and it kind of showed. But those 2 majors, like the game was it felt to a close game at the beginning, and then we took those 2 majors like back to back, and that just killed us. We kept like the Sally, like the far up tower on the snake side, kept chopping the D side down, and we couldn't counter that. And then they just go A pretty much every point. And we couldn't figure a way to counter that, so we got to work that out for the next game.
Basically what we're talking about right now is just, well, first of all, winning matches, and then we really want to run up the score as much as we can so we can try to get that bye going on into finals.
In their face, make them hurt, and really take it to them. We seemed to have that pretty good the first half. I mean, we had those 4 points. We were ahead for a little bit.
Yeah, it was real close at the beginning. I mean, there was a couple of points where we were going back and forth. We got up to about 4 points back and forth, so it was 4-4, and then we kind of took off with it, but mainly we were just struggling with getting into it, you know. First match of the event, just warming up, getting fresh, getting loose.
Then we tried to slow it down a little bit because we were starting getting clipped on our moves, and we decided to let them come into our lanes. But unfortunately, we're more of an aggressive team, and we have a hard time sitting back and waiting.
I mean, even though most of us have practiced it for a whole weekend, we're still always looking for those new shots, those new things that we can do. So we're trying to watch other players and pick up off them what they find.
We've gotta come together as a team and really find our zone. Like our main problem with Daytona is the first 5 minutes of every game we seem to just not have it. This game started off good, and then the second half it seemed like it was kind of like our first half for most games. We kind of stepped on our own dicks and weren't able to recover from it.
I've got a broken We're missing a few guys, one of our lines this event. A lot of guys I think underestimate RECON, but no matter how they look in the standings, every year they give us a tough game. And today we barely came back for a tie, so hats off to them. It was probably easily our toughest match this year so far.
I mean, we had them on their heels for the majority of the match. I mean, they're a good group of guys, great paintball players, and they just kept on battling back.
But they seem to be beating us off the break at the start, getting to their bunkers a little faster, holding the lanes a little better, and honestly, a lot of the points were pretty close up until the last few Gs, and then they came ahead.
We brought on Ron Guy to coach, and he's done a phenomenal job. And he's been able to turn our pits around a little bit and help out. I don't have the time to be a player and try to organize stuff. It's extremely difficult.
And this just goes to show every team, whether you're top standing, bottom standing, everybody's here to play.
I'm confident in the guys. We have a great squad, and I'm confident we'll come out with a win tomorrow. And NAX is a whole new ball game. That's a whole new season.
Our snake push was working, but I mean, as soon as they would shut down one or two guys, they would just slow pace the game and win it.
Well, going in, we didn't want to underestimate anyone, especially Fredericton. We knew they only had 6 guys.
Practice, definitely. We're just missing this one bit, just this extra guy at the end to close it and make it a 2-on-1 instead of a 1-on-1 and actually winning points.
Well, obviously we're looking out for aggression, and we're also looking out for lockdown, because they'll probably have Nate back from Ironman, and he's a big presence on the Dorito side. So pretty much lockdown and aggression, that's who we're looking at right now.
Playing with the best paintball players in all of Canada, plus a lot of the top pro players. This CXBL seems to be like a second pro league now. It's super competitive across the board. Really, no teams are pushovers anymore. They're a fast, athletic team. So coming into the game, we figured we would just kind of lock up and out-sit them and contain. And when it turned out they didn't really want to go wide and give us places to break shoot, and they were basically staying in the center pocket of like the first bunker out on each way, and then multiple guys doubled up in the middle. We just decided to start center punching them. We know we're at the bottom. Technically, that was the game that we had to win. I think the fire's burning. I think now that we know what to do, I think we're gonna come out a fresh team tomorrow in our next 2 games, and hopefully we just get one of them and move on into finals.
That's it for Saturday's matches. Be sure to tune in to paintballaccess.com for Sunday's games and to find out who advances to the Richmond Cup Finals. Be sure to like ByPBL on Facebook for more pictures and videos.